Hey there, viewers. Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at patching a tire. So there's a couple ways that we can do this. Before I get started, it's probably worth checking out the tire and seeing if it indeed is repairable. This one's not. It's got a cut in the sidewall on the other side. So we're actually going to drill an injury into this tire for the purposes of patching it. Most injuries, depending on the direction of puncture, if you will, the steepness, the angle that it went into the tire, we can use a combination plug patch. Let's assume in this one that the injury was too, I don't know if you want to call it shallow or what you want to call the angle, but let's assume that the angle wasn't straight into the tire enough, just for communication purposes, such that we have to do a plug and a patch. So why the two? And I suppose this comes down to your shop's policy. In my idea, in my brain, I want the plug installed to plug the tire wire to keep, trash and things from getting into the carcass of the tire and corroding the wires and things like that. And I don't trust plugs, so we want to take the tire off the rim and we want to put a patch on the inside of it. So that's a good way to do it. I really like those plug patch combos because it's kind of a two steps all done in one, and I use them all the time. I have really good luck with them. So if you don't know how to dismount the tire from the rim, see my Coates ADX tire change video. Not the purpose of this discussion here today. So let's go ahead and drill an injury into the repairable area, which is going to be somewhere along about this middle-ish section of the tire. And let's go ahead and fix it. We won't have to air the tire up to find a leak, because there's mysteriously going to be a drill bit hanging out of the tire. Don't know how that could happen. Whoops. All right, so I have submerged my tire in soapy water, or sprayed something on it. Wow, this lid's really on there. And I found the location of my leak. Okay, I'm just going to draw an X on that so we don't possibly lose it. I'm also, on my sidewall, before I dismount, not with a paint marker, but with a crayon, I'm going to put my V for the location of the valve stem, and I'm going to put my I for the location of the wheel weight. That way we don't have to rebalance, even though you should. Some shops, that's how they're going to ask you to do it. So if you see that on your tire, that's what they're doing. That way they can get the tire back on the rim and the weight on the rim at exactly the same spots. And, I always balance them, so I never write on the tire. But anyway, next step is we're going to remove the puncture. Being this is a drill bit, we could probably just unscrew it. All right. You can see the area of the puncture. It's in a repairable area. We're going to go ahead and install a plug into this tire. All right, so anyway, we got some tire plugs from Napa, not a sponsor, Sean. And we've got the reamer and the installer. We've also got some tire plug patches from Napa, also not a sponsor. And I believe I just cut these in half, which is good. And this is the little guy here we're going to use. So, God forbid we throw away our trash. I will throw that piece away. I think this one's pretty well. Oh, I'll throw him away too. And we're just going to thread this into the eye of said needle. Most people have, wow, these are sticky. Most people have plugged a tire before and know exactly what we're talking about here. Hang on, I'm having a little bit of struggle. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Just about 50%, and we'll fold him down, and we got this set up, ready to go. Let's go back to the tire. What we're going to do is we're going to ream out, kind of feel the direction that this wants to go. If you turn it, you don't want to make, a puncture that way and a puncture that way. It's going to be really hard to fix, but you can kind of feel it out what way that bit went in, or a screw or a nail or whatever, how that worked. So what we're doing here is we're conditioning all the tire wire all that good stuff, getting everybody, you know, ready to accept and to hold on to that plug. Okay, there we are. All right. So, it just depends on your tire plug. I believe the, oof, it's getting a little dried out, if you will. I believe these tire plugs say to glue them in. So, we're gonna just do that. I'm not gonna let this glue dry too much because it's gonna be really hard to get this into the tire, especially with no rim on it. So, and go ahead and close our glue. Don't leave that open, it dries up so fast. Alrighty. Okay. Usually do this step with the tire still on. Okay, I'll let you check that out, whatever way the camera wants to focus. So you can kind of see I pushed it through the tire. I believe these say not to spin them, so you can just pull it out. Whoops, there you go. And then we'll just cut that off before we do anything else. Right, next, we're just gonna trim that. There is a steel wire, so I wanna make sure that we cut through both sides more than we're just gonna sit here and tug on it. Okay, wow, that's sticky. That's that glue starting to set up. All right, there we go. All right, next what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our patch. Most of these are a radial tire patch that are this shape, so they go on like this. These don't actually say anything. So we're just gonna center that little wad up with the back of the patch. We're gonna draw kind of a crude outline around it so we know how much tire to buff away. I didn't remove the backing or anything on that. Next, we're gonna buff this tire, get rid of the kind of non-stick coating that they got going on the inside. We'll get this down to, you know, fresh rubber, things like that. Just gonna buff real light and get rid of this wad first. Make sure you can see. Just gonna gently. Next, we'll vacuum all the shrapnel out of the tire. I'm just going to test fit the little patch, and oh yeah, so we've plenty of room around it. It won't stick to that rubber, it will stick to that rubber. So we're going to clean this rubber now. A little bit of a sharp guy in there. Smush him down. Smush him down. Okay, all right. Go ahead and get you the part number 8 right there. We're going to clean the tire. Put a little of this on a clean rag, highly flammable, from Napa, not a sponsor. And you can definitely see that that's working. So flip it over to a clean spot on the rag, do that again. Do the thing. All right, rubber is clean. It's never going to be perfectly clean. Okay, so now we're going to use, not a sponsor, some rubber cement. We're just going to make sure that we don't glue this patch on with the tire clamped up in these jaws. That's a bad idea. But this glue needs a minute to dry, so we'll unclamp it. We'll also rotate a little bit. Looks like there's some crumbs, or vacuum some more. Okay, now I'll put the tire on the floor, or a table, or whatever else you want to put it on. Set it like such. I'm going to let that glue dry. At this point I usually wash my hands or whatever and move on. What we're going to do now, it's been just a few minutes, that glue starts losing its gloss. We're not going to touch the sterile side, if you will, of the patch. And we're going to give it the classic reach around here. Sorry if my big head's in the way. And then we're going to take this tire stitching tool and we're going to roll the air out from underneath the patch. Smash it down all the way. After it dries for a few minutes, we will then pull the wrapper off so that things look neat. I usually stitch it enough that the wrapper pretty much just tears and kind of starts coming off without a lot of effort, so it's kind of my strategy. Don't you guys be stealing that. All right, it's actually been like 30 seconds, but I'm impatient, so this ain't going back on the car. You can see that wrapper comes off really nice. Some manufacturers have an inner liner sealer that you kind of paint on over that. We don't have that. So as far as this is concerned, I'll probably let it dry for another 15-20 minutes or so, and you know, maybe an hour if the weather's cold, and then mount it back up on the rib. All right, folks, well, there you got it. That is the way that I put a plug and a patch in a tire. Like I said, there are a combo that kind of work together. The plug and the patch are all kind of enclosed in one. I use those on customer cars if the angle is pretty good. I think most of these guys say don't patch anything bigger than 1/4 inch, about the largest diameter puncture that you can safely patch in one of these. No repairs on the sidewall, shoulder area, things like that. Best definitely just to replace the tire. So at this point, it's ready to go back on the car. That's just going to kind of chill there. It's pretty hard to patch a bald tire because there's really nothing there to hold the plug in. The plug's only purpose is to keep garbage out of the tread, and the patch on the inside is the guy that's doing the sealing for the air and things like that. This also gives me a good opportunity to check and see if this tire's been ran flat. If it's full of rubber shavings, don't even bother doing any type of patch or plug on that tire. It's not safe to have on the road, anything like that. So it's been ran flat in that case, and that happens in a very short amount of time. The customer's going to need to buy a new tire. So anyway, hopefully you learned something from here. This will be one of your lab days. As always, thanks for watching.